right, thanks very much. It is an off week for the Auburn Tigers as they come off of another close loss in the SEC to the Texas A&M Aggies last week in College Station, of course, Oklahoma the week before that. And coming up next week, back at home at Jordan-Hare Stadium, the Auburn Tigers will take on the Georgia Bulldogs, the oldest rivalry in the Deep South, and then Missouri coming after that. So it's a busy schedule for the Auburn Tigers, and we're glad you're with us tonight. Joining us on the line right now, Mr. Auburn Kevin Fichtner from the Plains. And Kevin, it is always good to talk and good to get to an off week, I guess, but this is not really the way we wanted to get to an off week. But I don't know, I keep thinking of that song, So Close But So Far Away. Isn't that a song?
Yeah, it is. And that's kind of the Auburn motto so many times in so many sports is that we're always so close, but yet we're so far away. Man, I know we lost to back-to-back weeks of two top 10 teams, but we had a chance to win both of them. So it stings so much. It just hurts because our defense is doing so great. Offense, not so much. So, the rumors are flying this week because it is an off week. It is a bye week. Sam Pittman for Arkansas got fired on their bye week. So,
Yeah.
People are wondering, people are hearing things. Is Hugh going to get fired on our bye week? I don't know if it's time yet, but he better do all he can do to try to get ready for Georgia if he's still here next week, because we haven't beaten them in 8 years. Our first night game against them in a long time. It's going to be rowdy. It's going to be loud. If he's going to do anything to keep his job or to keep things in good graces with Auburn fans, he needs to have a good showing next Saturday night against Georgia.
Yep. Brian Brentsfield will be in to talk to us in just a little bit as well, former Auburn Tiger. But you're right, Kevin. When you said it's going to be a raucous crowd, I was thinking, I hope Auburn people are still there. Cam Newton's going to get his jersey retired, I think, before the game, so that'll help. But wow, it was just a frustrating weekend last week. As you said, the defense looked pretty good for the second week in a row, good enough to win in the SEC, but we just didn't have any offense. So, and I don't know where we go from here offensively. What are you thinking? What are you seeing? What do you feel up there on the Plains? What are people wanting to change or redirect here?
Yeah, I don't know if we're wanting to change yet, but because we haven't seen what's behind Jackson Arnold and behind other positions, but other than O-line, I know we're paying a couple guys. We got them in the portal. We're paying them good money, but if they aren't the ones that can block, why not put guys that maybe have a better shot or can give them a shot to block? I don't care who you're paying what. If they're not doing the job right to protect your quarterback or whatever it might be, give others a chance if they're deserving. Maybe they're not deserving. Maybe we don't have any depth, but there's that on the O-line, those issues. Running backs, we have great running backs. Why do we refuse to run the ball? And when we do, it's 3rd and 15 and we do a little draw and they know we're running. Let's run the ball, establish the running game. Then maybe you can pass. We don't have to pass 35 times a game when we're getting sacked half of those times or a third of those times. Take the pressure off Jackson Arnold by letting our running backs run, letting our wide receivers do jet sweeps. Whatever we can do to help that bad offensive line and to help Jackson Arnold out would be great. We're not moving the ball. We're doing negative play scripts. We're always 3rd and 15 after a hold or 3rd and 8. We're having these long third downs and we're not converting them because they are long. They're not 3rd and 1s or 3rd and 2s.
Yeah.
It's tough to watch as a fan to be able to hang with both those road environments, both those road games, and not be able to score a point, not be able to gain yards in the fourth quarter against A&M.
Yeah, exactly right. And you sent me that picture last week on the 4th down play where Jackson decided to run for whatever reason to try to get the first down and had a couple of guys that looked like were open running down the field. I know it's hard to see them all the time when you're under pressure, but
right. But it was 4th and 10. 3 of the 4 receivers were open early, and he just kept tapping his hand. I don't know what he was waiting on. Then he decided to scramble and got 3 yards, and we punted. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if he's got the yips or he's thinking people are already in the backfield, which they kind of have been, but he needs to get rid of that ball. And I'm sure Hugh and the O coordinator are talking to him with this, but we need to get that ball out. But what helps him would be running the ball. If we can run the ball, run more plays, even if we go 3 and out, 2 runs and a pass incomplete, at least you're running the ball, taking pressure off him.
Yeah, and Hugh Freeze. Oh, I know we've talked about that ad nauseum here on the show about running the football, especially last year. But even Hugh Freeze said it the last couple of weeks. We need to run the football more. But then they come out in the first couple series, and I don't think they ran a running play in the first couple last
No,
week, did they?
no, they
Yeah,
come out passing. They might see something that makes them want to pass, but you still have to establish the run. I mean, you're going to get your quarterback hurt. You're going to get your O line in trouble early by having to go pass the ball, by coming out passing the ball. Why won't we establish the run with two great running backs? I want to say Cobb was leading the league or second in the league in running and rushing up until last game when he only got 30, 40 yards because
yeah,
we didn't run the ball.
yeah. It makes me think that the offensive coaches don't have confidence in the offensive line to run the football successfully, consistently in the Southeastern Conference.
Yeah, you were correct. That could be a great answer as well. But why don't you bring in a second tight end or go a heavy set to help that offensive line get bigger to run the ball? I mean,
Yeah.
yes, the defense might realize that you are stacking going big, but still, we have good running backs. They can find holes if they can be created with the offensive line.
We'll talk a little bit about Georgia next week. Don't want to get too much into that one quite yet, but certainly a pivotal game, another pivotal game for the Auburn Tigers, Kevin. Um, I'm thinking that Auburn, of course, we'd love to win the football game at home, but um, if things get out of hand, do you see that as a breaking point for some of the people at Auburn?
Yes, I believe so. As far as the fans, we're paying good money to come to those games and
Yeah,
to pay for seats, to pay for chairbacks, to pay for food, to pay for VIP experiences, to pay for a family of four to drive from Birmingham to come on down. They're going to think different if we're 3-3 after Georgia or 3-4 after the next game. I mean,
yeah,
we have to have a winning program to get people to want to come, to get people juiced up, to get people excited to want to come. I mean, the Auburn fan base wants it. We're craving it to be good again. We will
yeah,
support them to no end, and but a lot of folks will do that from home going forward if we lose to Georgia and beyond. I mean, there's
yeah.
no reason, you know, watching a team that can't perform on the field against SEC caliber teams. I mean, we're going into a tough stretch right now, but you look at the TV and you watch other games. You watch Tennessee, Mississippi State. You watch Georgia, Bama. You watch South Carolina, Kentucky. Those guys are moving the ball. You don't see a 13-10 game in those games. They're
Yeah.
moving the ball. They're innovative with their play calling. Maybe we don't have all the athletes, but we've been told that we have the best wide receiver room in the country. Nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
We can't prove it. Other teams look great. We look mediocre. We look like we're back in the 1920s with
Yeah.
leather helmets on.
Offensively, we certainly do. And I don't know why the number 20 sticks in my mind, but against Georgia, if it gets above 20, I think you're going to see some movement at Auburn as far as the coaching staff. But anyway, we'll talk more about Georgia next week. I know there is some good news on the Plains as far as volleyball. You've been to a couple of those games. We put some video up on the website, wareagletv.com. And a big win over Alabama last Friday night, and then they swept Mississippi State on Sunday. And Lauren Dreves was the co-offensive player of the week in the SEC. So they're off to a pretty good start. They had a loss to Florida State and somebody else, I think, earlier, but two more big games this week.
Doug, I tell you what, this is the one fall sport that has kept hope alive for the Auburn fans and the Auburn family. Well, these girls are awesome. It's so fun to go to these games. We swept Bama Friday night 3-0, and we got to sing, "Hey, Alabama." It's just felt good to sing that song because not too many sports these days we can do that in.
Yeah.
And we just beat it was just great to be able to sing that song, Rammer Jammer. And Sunday we came back and swept Mississippi State 3-0. And now we got two road games, tough ones. We got number 23 at Florida this week, and then also Sunday at Ole Miss. We're playing at Ole Miss. So I don't know if Ole Miss is ranked, but it's always tough to play on the road. I did notice this yesterday that the Auburn volleyball team did get a new locker room, so they were showing it off yesterday. They were all excited. They got their locker room. They got their hanging out space. Much deserved. The coach is doing a great job. The players are playing great. It's so fun to watch. Like you said, Lauren got player of the week. Liz, who my daughter Abigail loves, made a little connection with, loves her so much. She is fantastic to watch. They're fun games. It's indoor. It's free admission. they need more support. We had the second largest crowd ever Friday night against Bama, so that means some of the people are listening, they're watching, and they're coming. So it was a great environment, and it's so fun to watch these girls play.
Yeah, it really is. And their new place is in the old bubble, right? I think
That is
on
correct.
the
Yeah, it's a
practice
little bit of a
field.
little bit of a walk, but yeah, it's the old bubble, and they have their location where they can hang out and have their locker room, have their clothes, do their makeup, do their stretching, have their tape.
Yeah.
It's great for them. It's great for them. They have earned it. It's much deserved. The coach has done a great job, and it's just good to see these girls get something that they deserve, and they've proved it. They're proving it on the court that how good they are and how
Yeah.
and it's one of those sports where after the game all of them interact. All of them say, "Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. I'll sign your autograph. I'll take your picture."
Yeah.
It's really fan friendly.
They really are good and fun to watch. And I keep thinking one day they're going to get Auburn Arena, Neville Arena, and we're going to build the Pearl Dome where the old Coliseum is, right?
You would think so, but every
With some
time we talk, we look,
skyboxes in
there's
there.
yeah, there's still people that have offices and classes in Beard Eve. So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
same thing with Haley Center on campus. Those that are familiar with Auburn, Haley Center is supposed to be torn down forever ago, but they keep every time a new building gets put on campus, they send the people that are in that building to Haley Center for 2 years until their building is complete. So Haley will be there until the end of time, apparently.
Yep. I think we'll be looking out of the stadium at Haley Center and Sanford Hall for a long time, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, it is an off week for the Tigers, as we mentioned. No football this weekend. It'll be a good chance to watch some other games and watch that Vandy, Alabama game, some different games around the conference. And a great chance, Kevin, to go to our favorite place, Big Mike's Steakhouse this week. And I can't wait to get over there and get my ribeye, my potato, my bread, all the good stuff, the salad that goes with it, and maybe your favorite beverage. It is really the place to be on a Friday or Saturday night on the plains or in South Alabama, wherever you might be at Big Mike's Steakhouse.
That is correct, Doug. When are we going to meet up? We keep talking about it. When are we going to meet up and split that 24 ouncer? I'm ready.
We got to do it. We got to do it. Do you like medium or medium well?
I can do a little bit of both, a little bit of pink. I'm okay with that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
we'll throw some asparagus on it or some mashed potatoes, and we'll be good to go. But you are correct. We have an off week, so now would be a good time to enjoy a Saturday afternoon with low stress at Big Mike's and get you something to eat, get you something to drink, and watch hopefully Vandy go into Tuscaloosa and beat them for the second year in a row.
Yeah, that'll be fun to watch to see what Pavia and the crew can do there. So we'll be looking for that. And if you're looking for a location for Big Mike's Steakhouse, go to their website, bigmikesteakhouse.com. You can go in South Alabama at Orange Beach. They have two new locations coming pretty soon in Bay Minette and Sims. We'll keep you up to date on that. Of course, Auburn and Andalusia. Kevin, where your wife went last week, and Thomasville, Moundville, Gunnersville. Did I get them all?
I think you did. That proves it right there that it's a popular place. If they keep growing in other cities, people like it, people love it, people enjoy their, environment, their food, their appetizers, that bread we talked about with that butter sauce on it. Man, yeah,
Yeah,
if they're growing, it's a good thing because in this economy, it's kind of hard right now, but they are growing in different locations around the state.
they really are. Great to have them on with us. Big Mike's Steakhouse. Check them out this weekend. Go by and get a good steak and beverage and watch the game. And we'll see you there maybe this weekend. Kevin, always good to talk. Enjoy the off weekend and War Eagle.
War Eagle, Doug.